back to another video, everybody. Today we are going to be going through Module 1, Practice Test 9, Blind, BlueBook, explaining every one of my answers. We're just going to do Module 1 for right now, because Module 1 and 2 is like 40 minutes, and 40 minutes for a video is kind of a lot, so yeah, let's just hop right into it. Alright, so first question of Module 1 is, which expression is equivalent to 2x to the second plus 9x minus 3 plus x to the second plus 6x plus 1? Okay, this is very simple. You should know how to add linear functions like these very easily, since it's just addition, right? So you see you have 2x to the second plus another x to the second. Well, what is 2x to the second saying? Well, it's saying that there are two x to the seconds, obviously. If we add one more x to the second, it'd be 3x to the second. So therefore, we know the answer is either C or D. Now, we notice also that in C or D, this x is the same, 7x, right? So we're going to look at this last number here. We have negative 9 plus 1. Well, negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8. So therefore, we must know that it is D. Now, John paid a total of $165 for a microscope by making a down payment of $37 plus P monthly payments of $16 each. Which of the following equations represents this situation? Well, if you know anything about making linear functions at all, this is quite simple. All right, you have 16P plus 37 equals 165. Where 37 is a constant because it's the down payment, right? So therefore the answer is C. In the given equation, 7m equals 2 multiplied by n plus p, the positive numbers n and p, m and n and p, which equation correctly gives m in the terms of n and p. So right now we just have to rearrange the equation to get m on to one side. This is what which equation correctly gives m in the terms of n and p. You put m on one side, right? So we see 7m is equal to 2n plus p, where this is multiplication. To get this 7 on the other side, we're going to have to divide from both sides. So divide by 7. This cancels out, causing m to equal 2 times n plus p over 7. So it's A. The function g is defined by g of x is equal to 8x plus 1. What is the value of g3? So we're going to do it out here. We're going to do g of x is equal to the square root of 8x plus 1. But I kind of want to make a entity list to make this easier for us to understand, right? I think because it won't let us do this right now. Or actually it will. Maybe we don't even have to do anything, but basically g of 3 is basically when wait. I don't believe it is 5 here. It could be, but I would like to make an entity list to really make sure. So we're going to do g of x, close entity list, and then a regression equation, because regression is better than the equals. Square root of 8x plus 1. Okay. We got to make these ones. Alright. G of 3 equal to 9, so that doesn't make sense either. So I'm gonna go ahead and have to say that it's 5 here. Alright. But to make this make more sense, what I should have done in the start really is just set x to 3, obviously, and then this would be equal to 5. So we know it's equal to 5, right? What g of 3 is meaning is g of x, or x is equal to 3. We just plug that into the equation, boom. The table gives the distribution of votes for a new school mascot and grade level for 80 students. If one of these students is selected at random, what is the probability of selecting a student whose vote for the new mascot was for a lion? Okay, in the question, in this statement, it talks about grade, right? Which can get confusing. In the question, it doesn't talk about grade. We're just looking for the overall probability of a student selecting the new mascot for a lion. So over here we have our totals here. And we see for a lion it's 20 and our total is 80. Well, what's 20 over 80? Well, it's basically the same thing as saying 1 over 4, right? So therefore, even if whatever these are, it doesn't matter. It is still 1 over 4 chance that the new mascot will be a lion if it's a random student picked. Alright, next question. A student council group is selling school posters for a fundraiser. They use the function p of x is equal to 5x minus 220 to determine their profit p of x in dollars for selling x school posters. In order to earn a profit of $900, how many school posters must they sell? Well, we can pop this into a regression equation. Quite simply, like this. And we see they have to sell 224 posters. Or, to make this make sense, 224 multiplied by 5, because if x is equal to 224, 5 times x is equal to 1,120, and then take away 220, and this should be 900. So therefore, we know our answer is correct. Which of the following equations is most appropriate linear model for the data shown in the scatter plot? I always like to start when forming linear equations with the y-intercept here, or the b. And a standard linear formula is y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept and m is the slope, right? So here, we see our y-intercepts at positive 10, around positive 10, so positive 10.1. So we're going to look for ones with plus 10.1. As you can see, there's 2, it's either B or D here. But we see that the slope is down, it's not going up, right? That means we have a negative slope, it has to be B. The solution to the given system equations, x, y, what is the value of y? Here, I'm just going to do an element list. 3x, 1 plus 4, closed entity list, regression, 4y, 1, comma, 2y, 1. Wow, look at that. Alright, what is the value of y? Well, the value of y is 1. Alright, another way we could solve this is by graphing both equations. 3x plus 6 is equal to 4y. 3x plus 4 is equal to 2y. And where they cross up is, we're going to find the y value is 1. So, of course, 1 is the answer. The frequency table summarizes the 57 data values of the data set. What is the maximum data value in the data set? What is the maximum data value in the whole data set, right? In this whole set, what's the maximum data value? Well, it's 14. It's 14, right? This is a very easy question. Some might think it's 11 just because 11 has the highest frequency, but it is 14. Alright. Circle K has a radius of 4 millimeters. Circle L has an area of 100 pi millimeters squared. What is the total area in millimeters squared of the circles L and K? Well, if we know that circle L has an area of 100 pi millimeters squared, we know the radius of circle K, but we know that L and K together have to be over 100, right? Because it wouldn't make sense unless circle K had a negative area, which is not how that works, right? So we know it has to be over 100 here. But we only have one answer that is over 100, so it must be D. We don't even have to do any math here. Simple explanation. If 9 times 4 take away 3x plus 2 equals 8, multiplied by 4 take away 3x plus 18, what is the value of 4 minus 3x? Well, we can do a simple entity list here again. Okay, 9, 4, minus 3x1, parentheses, plus 2, closed entity list, regression, open entity list, eighths multiplied by that of 4 minus 3x to the first, close the parentheses, plus 18. All right, it gives us a value for 4 here. As to not mess up the math, what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in directly instead of thinking about it in our heads, right? 4 minus 3x1. So we see here it gives us a solid answer of 16. Triangle FGH is similar to triangle JKL. What does similar mean? Similar meaning all angles are the same, all side lengths are not the same, meaning one triangle is most likely bigger than the other triangle. Where angle F corresponds to angle J, and angles G and K are right angles, if sin F is equal to 308 over 317, what is the value of sin J? Well, it just told us that angle F corresponds to angle J, meaning the angles of F and J are going to be the same. Using this logic, sin of F is equal to sin of J, so sin of J is going to be 308 over 317. A wire with a length of 106 inches is cut into two parts. One part has a length of x in inches, while the other part has a length of y in inches. The value of x is 6 more than 4 times the value of y. What is the value of x? This is why I love entity list people. Entity lists make everything, element lists. I've been saying entity lists because of programming, but they make everything so easy. We're going to start off here with x1 plus y1, right? And we're going to set this equal to 106 in our other element list. 106, right? Okay, but that's not enough information for it to compute, right? Now, the value of x is 6 more than 4 times the value of y. x1 minus 6 is more than 4y. All right. What is the value of x? Well, the value of x is shown here as 86. Now, x minus 6, this is our equation. The value of x is 6 more than 4 times the value of y. We have x1 minus 6 as x is 6 more than that of the value of 4y. And this gives us our nice numbers. X equals 86. A certain township consists of a 5-hectare industrial park and a 24-hectare neighborhood. The total number of trees in the township is 4,529. The equation 5x plus 24y is equal to 4,529 represents the situation. Which of the following is the best interpretation of x in this context? Well, the best interpretation of x is linked with a 5 here, as we can see this. 5-hectare industrial park. So, we're talking about the industrial park here. We're talking about the 5 hectares, right? So, we're talking about the industrial park. We can narrow it down. We don't need B or C because that talks about the neighborhood. Now, the average number of trees per hectare in the industrial park. All right, so 5 times the average number of trees per hectare. Yeah, that would make sense, right? Or the total number of trees in the industrial park. Well, why would we multiply the total number of trees in the industrial park by 5? Wouldn't it make sense if we just had a number there instead of 5x? A here is much more likely than C. It also makes way more sense, so we're picking A. Which expression is equivalent to A 11 over 12 where A is more than 0? Where A is more than 0. We have A here. And A 11 over 12. Okay? So 11 over 12. We're going to find out two things. 12 times 12, 144. Alright, and we're going to find 11 multiplied by 12 here. And we see that it's 132. One of these has both of these values, and that is B. It is most likely B. No more analysis needed. The function f is defined by f of x is equal to x minus 6, x plus 2, x plus 6 in the xy plane. The graph of y equals g of x is the result of transitioning the graph of f of x up 4 points. What is the value of g is equal to 0? Well, let's do this, huh? Well, f of x is equal to x minus 6 multiplied by x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 6. Alright. We say y is equal to g of x. Alright. But before we do this, we're going to have to do this. Y is equal to f of x plus 4. Alright. And now, well, if we know y is equal to g of x, and f of x plus 4 is equal to y, that means g of x is just equal to f of x plus 4. Okay? And we get our value here. And now we can do g of x, g of 0, and we get 76. Alright, I think if we scroll up long enough and only show graph g of x, it'll cross over at the 76. So yeah, 76. The solution to the given system of equations x, y, what is the value of x minus y? Element list, people. Y, we're going to do y1 obviously, and then 4y1. Regression, 4x plus 1. Sorry, we need to put a 1 there. Comma 15x minus 8. Alright, that gives us our numbers here. What is the value of x minus y? x1 minus y1 is equal to 35. That easy. Alright here. The given function f models the number of coupons a company sent their customers at the end of each year, where t represents the number of years since the end of 1998. And if 0 is less than t, and t is less than or equal to 5, if y is equal to ft is graphed in the ty plane, which of the following best interpretation of the y-intercept of this graph? Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to graph this equation. Okay? f of t equal to 8,000. Okay, 0.65 to t. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll up until we do find the y-intercept. I have a feeling that it's going to be at 8,000 though. Look at that, it marks the point. So the y-intercept of this graph is 8,000. So we know it's going to be probably B or D, right? The minimum estimated number of coupons the company sent to their customers during the 5 years was 8,000. Or the estimated number of coupons the company sent to their customers at the end of 1998 was 8,000. D checks out here, all right? If the minimum estimated number of coupons the company sent their customers during the 5 years was 5,000, there'd be no year, or there'd be no need for the t value here, right? It'd be kind of silly. 8,000, this is a constant at the end of 1998, which is a prominent date, would make sense. A landscaper uses a hose that puts out 88x ounces of water in a bucket in 5y minutes, which expression represents the number of ounces the water hose puts in the bucket 9y minutes at this rate. So we know 88x over 5y is going to be equal to the amount of water over 9y. Alright, because these rates are going to be the same, obviously. To get y by itself, or to get w by itself, or the amount of water, we're going to have to multiply each side by 9y. Well, 88 multiplied by 9, I don't know this off the top of my head, is 792. 792. And it's going to be xy over 5y is equal to w. However, the y's are just going to cancel out here, so we have this 792x over 5 is equal to w. Do we see this? And yes, we do. So boom, it is D. What is the smallest solution to the given equation? Sometimes you don't want to use element lists all the time to get, if you only have, like, if you need to find xy and you only have one equation, not like a system of equations and multiple x and y's, you can't use element lists. But in this situation, element lists are fantastic. Alright, so square root x minus 2 to the second, regression, square root 3x plus 34. Forgot to do this here, and boom. We should put a 1 right there. Well, x is going to be equal to -3. Assuming that the solutions to given equations always have a positive and a negative when dealing with square roots. Positive is always going to be higher than the negative, so we're going to assume that -3 is the smallest. Triangle XYZ is similar to triangle RST. Similar. Alright? Meaning, I think just one is bigger. Such that X, Y, and Z correspond to RS and T. Respectively, the measure of angle Z is 20. And 2XY is equal to RS. What is the measure of angle T? Well, if you read here, Z and T correspond, and in a similar triangle, the angles are going to be the same. What is the measure? The measure of angle Z is 20. What is the measure of angle T? Notice how I'm skipping over this part. This tries to throw you off thinking you need math, but you don't. It's similar. T and Z are going to be the same, so it is therefore 20. The function f is defined by the given equation. If g of x is equal to f(x plus 2, which of the following equations defines the function of g of x? I'll tell you what we're going to do here. When we graph f of x is equal to 9, 4 to the x. Alright, we're going to graph that. We're going to go all the way down just to see more stuff here. Alright, and we know g of x is just equal to f of x plus 2. Okay, we're going to stop showing this. Which of the following equations defines the function g? Well, we know we have the function g right here. Let's just input these until we see one that is the exact same shape and the exact same line as that, shall we? G of x equals 18 multiplied by 4 to the x. Well, that doesn't look right, does it? Now let's try the next one, 144. Well, that looks really right, but just to make sure, let's check the rest of them. So for now, we're going to mark that right. Well, we have 18 and 8x. Oh, no, that doesn't look right either. See how it's right here? That's not right. That's not right. It needs to be on the green line. And then lastly, we have 81, 16. Oh, that's not right either. So it looks like B is going to be our answer for this one. Now we are done with the module. I will edit it, so we have 11 minutes left. We did that quite speedy. Module 1 is usually way easier than Module 2. This was blind, so yeah. I'm going to sign into the College Board campus, and then we're going to go over how many we got right, how many we got wrong, and I'll see you then. Alright, so here we are. Score details, SAT Practice 9, February 13th, 2025. Obviously, we didn't do the reading section, and we only did one module in the math section here, so our score's not going to be that good. We got 22 correct answers, 22 correct answers and 22 incorrect answers. So we got all of Module 1 correct. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was kind of long. It's longer than the usual video, but I hope it was informative for you if you're studying for your SATs. Yeah.